Okay, so this week, we're going to try something a little bit different.
Yeah!
I say that. However, I have, no videos on my channel, so everything we try is something different.
Yup!
Okay,
We're probably not even getting the same people!
No, because... Alright, so usually we have 3 people here, and we watch our weekly anime, but we're missing one guy. So instead of doing that and doing our reaction for Goblin Slayer, we're going to be talking about some other things.
Some trailers that we saw on the internet this week.
And if this works out, I don't know, maybe we can figure out a shorter version of this when there's the 3 of us.
Okay.
So, but this week, it's been a very busy week.
Yes, it has, and why is that?
Because a lot of things happened.
What happened?
Well, there was the Detective Pikachu trailer that came out. There was also the teaser for Toy Story 4. And then there was the 3rd trailer for Alita Battle Angel, and then the Dumbo trailer. And there's other trailers too. But
we haven't seen them.
Yeah, but the only 3 I want to talk about is Detective Pikachu, Alita, and Dumbo.
Okay.
But I'm going to leave Dumbo to the end.
Yep.
Probably because that's the one...
We're doing that in the order that we said they are.
Well, even then, but whatever. I think Detective Pikachu is going to take up the most time.
Alright.
Anyways, so...
Let's begin. Let's not keep the people waiting. Why am I talking like this?
I don't know. Okay, so... Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you knew about it beforehand, right?
I knew about this I heard the memes about, Danny DeVito should be Detective Pikachu years in advance.
Well, here's the funny thing, too, because the game that this movie's based on, because it's a spin-off game, right?
Yeah.
Came out 2 years ago, in 2016.
Oh, yeah.
So then they wanted to get the rights for it and whatever, right?
Yeah.
The reason why Danny DeVito was a meme for it was because he was one of the actors who were slated to play as Pikachu. They had multiple actors. Yeah. So there was Ryan Reynolds, of course, and he got picked in the end.
Yeah.
There was Danny DeVito, and there was also Dwayne Johnson, Mark Wahlberg, and Hugh Jackman, all slated to play Detective Pikachu.
I'm gonna be honest, they probably chose the most fitting one.
Yeah.
Because I'm fine with how he sounds, honestly.
Yeah, because, I'm just, I know a lot of people are kind of, upset, not really upset, but they're like, man, Danny DeVito would be great, but
I don't think that would fit the tone of the movie they were going for.
There's that, but also, I think they wanted people to take this movie somewhat seriously, and if you have Danny DeVito play as Pikachu, no one's going to take it seriously. It's already, people are, I can't believe this exists,
yeah.
Right? It's kind of, too good to be true kind of thing. And if you had Danny DeVito play as Pikachu, no one would take it seriously. At least with Ryan Reynolds, even though he's a pretty jokesy, sarcastic kind of guy in real life, and he's just being himself in this movie.
Yeah.
As you can at least take it somewhat seriously with him in the role.
Yeah, of course.
So when I first saw the trailer, because I was at work and when I watched it, I was on lunch break. I wasn't watching this while I was work. I was on lunch break. So I watched it at work, and I have to say, my initial reaction to it, I had to pause the video 2 seconds into it. Because in the opening shot, because you just watched the trailer recently, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I didn't watch it for a while. I just saw people posting clips online. Then I heard you say, let's talk about it. So I said, yes, I will talk about this. And then slowly opened the trailer to watch it truly.
Okay, so the trailer opens up, and then it kind of fades in, and then you have the voiceover, and you got, it looks like Tim, the main character, walking to the city, right? And then you see all the people walking around, you can see the Pokemon and stuff, right? First, I don't know why, I saw the Dodrio walking in the foreground. It's the first thing I saw.
Oh, yeah.
But it didn't clue into me, even though I saw it, it didn't clue into me that they were using the 100% original designs of the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Until I saw the Charmander come across the screen, I had to pause the video, because I was sitting there thinking, oh no. Because Charmander, to me, looks really weird. Because when you look at Charmeleon and Charizard, they got the long, dragon-looking lizard faces. But Charmander has a really tall...
Charmander's chibi.
He's got a really tall head with these huge eyes, and he's got this weird fleshy beak thing. I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like... I realized that... I guess it didn't clue into me until I saw the Charmander, that was just they're trying to make... I don't know, I guess maybe I was expecting it was going to be a typical Hollywood adaptation where they're just going to take the designs and make them look realistic.
I'm completely fine with this because, you all know those internet images of, here's the realistic looking Pokemon, and they're just all weird and deformed, and they just try to make them as disgusting as possible. I'm fine with just cartoony, cute designs. That's fine. Especially because, yeah, they don't look like they fit in with the world at all, but it kind of just reminds me of Roger Rabbit, to be honest. Just like people living with these obvious cartoon characters.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people make that comparison, but I've also seen people where they take Charmander because he's a salamander and make him just draw him as a salamander. And I thought I kind of, for some reason, thought they were going to do that. And so when I saw that, and like I said, I saw the Dodrio, and it didn't clue into me until I saw the Charmander come across the screen. Because for some reason, I just think that like Charmander just looks really weird to me. So
I think it looks fine.
Yeah, so when I see it like still in its original like form, but like with the scales and stuff, and try to make it look realistic, but stay true to what it was.
Yeah, they basically just took the designs, made them 3D, and added texture.
Yeah, so I had to pause the trailer. I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna look weird.
Yep.
And then
I don't know. I just perfect. As soon as I saw it, I was just like, yep. That's fine. Yeah, this is how they look.
Yeah, but then I watched the rest of the trailer, and I just had a huge grin on my face because after that initial, like, oh no, they're using the original designs, this is going to look really weird compared to, like, the real life people, right? Like, I watched the trailer, then I watched it again, and then the Charmander then bugged me after that. It was just the first time I saw it.
Yeah, you were surprised.
Yeah, and then, and I watched it, and, like, I was just, like I said, like, I just had this huge grin on my face. Like, I don't know, like, it just, to me, like, the trailer was, it made the movie look really fun. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, it's just a first trailer, right? Yeah. But it made the movie look fun, and you can see that, like, they put a lot of work into building this world, because in the first shot, when you pause, like, you can watch, like, all the, like, Easter egg videos about this, but, like, when you pause the trailer in the first shot when it shows the city, like, you can see that, like, they have all the people walking, but then you got all the Pokemon walking with them, right? But then you can see in the background that like, well, they built up the city to look a little bit more futuristic, but they got all the signs of like the Whipper Cafe or like the Victorious Victini thing. You got like the Gumi sign, you got like the berry sign and like all that. You got all this stuff like placed around in the city, and it just felt like more like they actually cared about this, rather than like when you look at something, just as an example, as like Dragon Ball Evolution, which I actually haven't seen yet, but I've seen clips of it.
Oh, we should watch that! We're watching that!
Yeah, but like I've seen clips of it, but like it looks like they just were like, screw it, we'll go out in the middle of nowhere and film this kind of thing, right? They didn't
that movie was dog shit.
They didn't give a shit. They didn't put any work into it, right? Or like, but this, it just from like that first shot, and then later on, where they're in the alleyway and like at night, it just made it seem like they actually put a lot of work and detail into this world. Because instead of just having like, oh, here's the city, and like there's just Pokemon here, and you actually see the Pokemon running around the city, and they made
it look like Pokemon have been here for a while. Yeah, they made it look like the cities in the games.
Yeah, they made it look like Pokemon have been part of people's lives for forever, and it's just normal now.
Though right off the bat in the trailer, I was thrown off for a completely different reason than you. Because it starts with that, that overly dramatic guy. And then it just...
You mean Ken Watanabe?
Yeah, it's just... I'm just overly dramatic. And I kind of love that. And then it just hard cuts to just guy talking like this. And then just goes back to it, and then it's just this. And the pacing of that just had me going like, what the fuck? When it was just him and Pikachu later, that was fine. Yeah. But him bouncing off super drama, didn't really work as a starter for that trailer to me. But then after that, it got good.
Yeah, but like, because it seems like they're trying to present it as like a neo-noir film.
Yeah, because that's why I liked I love the dramatic part. That's the part I really liked.
Yeah, because like. Yeah, they got the whole detective thing, and they got like, you can see in part of the trailer, I guess I think it's his dad's office is next to some like neon lights, so they change colors and stuff. So like, it almost seems like they're trying to make it like they're making it futuristic, but not like way into the future.
Now I'm just imagining Pokemon walking around in the Blade Runner world.
I mean, it's just the R-rated Pokemon movie.
No. It's like the Blade Runner world, everything's as it is, and then it's just Pokemon doing cute things off to the side.
But, like the
trailer... It looks like it'll be a fun movie, though.
Like that's the thing that...
It's not going to blow my mind or anything, but it'll just be fun, and I'm fine with that.
Because when I was watching the trailer, I was just thinking to myself, like, this looks like it's going to be a fun movie, but at the same time, it looks like they actually gave a shit about the movie.
It's going to be fun in that way, that it's like, it's made by the people who actually like this.
Yeah,
and not like the people who just heard of it and then said, "Let us make the dollars."
Yeah, which is because it's funny because you would think that they would have made a movie sooner if it was just for the dollars, but then they never even tried until this movie came out, and this actually looks like a competent movie.
People have been trying to make Nintendo-based movies for a while, but the PTSD from Super Mario Bros. From the 80s was still lingering in Nintendo for several decades.
I watched that movie once, and I liked it, because I was like 4 years old.
Well, okay, see, there's your first... there's your first point. But yeah, people have been trying to make Nintendo movies for a while, and I think that this one will probably make more of those happen.
Yeah. Especially if it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, it's gonna be good, you know this, because there's just a shot of Pikachu looking all sad and wide-eyed and cutesy. Like it's gonna start crying at any moment, and then I was just imagining Ryan Reynolds' voice coming out of it in that scene with that expression on its face.
Yeah, now imagine if that was Danny DeVito.
Pikachu! Pika Pika!
No, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
But, okay.
I've never done a Danny DeVito impression in my life.
I'm the trash man. That was terrible, too. Okay, anyways, let's stop doing Danny DeVito.
No! Anyway.
But,
yeah, it looks fun.
But, yeah, because, like, the person who wrote the script is the same person who wrote the Guardians of the Galaxy script.
Alright.
So, because I've seen a lot of people... Like, they were saying that, like, oh, I hope that these aren't all the jokes that they're in the movie that they showed in the trailer, right? But, like, it's the person who wrote the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Alright, I just want to point out here, they made a fucking joke scene about Mr. Mime. I doubt that was, like, the far...
Yeah.
I doubt they're gonna need to be reaching for many jokes if they have a whole segment on fucking Mr. Mime.
Yeah, but, like, that scene in the trailer, it's a build-up to that joke, too, because, like...
I mean, that was a good scene.
Yeah, because, like... Because the thing is, though, is like, they're making a joke because he's Mr. Mime, but he's also a super creepy-looking Pokemon.
Oh my god.
But,
they made him look creepy and cute at the same time.
But, like, the whole thing about, like, Pikachu jumping into the invisible wall is a joke about the mines being trapped in a box, but also Mr. Mime has that move Barrier, and him waving his...
light screen.
No, it's actually called Barrier.
No, there's two moves.
Okay, whatever. But, like, I think it's... Or maybe he does it for both, but he has that animation of his arms waving like he did in the trailer that puts up that move, but I'm pretty sure they're referencing Barrier, because that sounds better than Light Screen.
I was being a nerd.
Yeah, but like, so that scene looks like it was built around leading up to that joke, instead of just like, haha, let's throw in this really, I don't know.
There was build-up and there was pacing to the joke, yes.
Yeah, so
it'll be a fun comedy.
Yeah, and I've watched that trailer a bunch of times, just because every time I watch it, I'm just like, yes, this makes me happy. Because this is actually, I think this is probably the best time to come out with a Pokemon movie. Because you have our generation, people around our age that grew up with the games.
And are still playing the games.
And
are kind of the most, like, the target audience at this point, honestly.
And then
they like... With the recent games, they know that they're appealing to the people who started with it, like, 20 years ago.
But then you also have the younger people, like, my little sister has played the Pokemon games, and, like, her first one was the 5th gen.
Right.
But still, like, she's played from Gen 5 up to now. And I showed her the trailer, and she was super excited for it. But so they're targeting the younger people too, but like I think the big core audience is people like us, and they know that. So
that's why it wasn't just a whole bunch of, like, humor for more kids.
It's not like, kids are dumb, let's throw in some dumb jokes. No, because they have that.
It's been a good time since we had one of those appropriate for all audiences movies.
Yeah, because
that's good for kids and adults.
Yeah, because if you look at the poster that they posted online, they have all those references. Like, they have a sign that says Route 1 this way, and you can see the silhouette of a Snorlax there in the poster, right? And they have, like, the SSN image and stuff, right? And but yeah, let's talk about what you think the plot's gonna be.
Well, I mean, it said we gotta help you find your dad, so...
Well, because...
I assume that a lot of it's just gonna be that.
Yeah, because...
And then around the 2/3 point, there will be a twist. And then people will be sad for a bit, by a bit, that's where I imagine a sad Pikachu will come in.
Maybe.
And then the things will move into a climax. Possibly. This is the general form of movies that I have stated, with very few vague details.
Yeah, well, because the movie's based on the Detective Pikachu game, right?
I've never touched it, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, me neither. I tried to watch, like, someone play through it, And I'm like, but the game, when you're watching, is really boring because it's basically like you run across the screen. It's almost like a point-and-click adventure kind of thing. So
now you have me interested, actually.
Yeah, but just watching, because the video I watched was like a 9-hour-long video.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't watch. I got like through 10 minutes of it because they weren't even talking over it. It was just the gameplay. I'm like, just
those are the kind of point-and-click games are the kind of games Let's Plays were made for.
Yeah, but I was just watching. I'm like, this is boring. Just watching. I want to play it.
Yeah.
So I just looked up the what the general story was of the game. So basically, it's the same thing. You have Tim Goodman. His dad was a police officer or detective, whatever, and his dad had the Pikachu as his partner. Well, Zach goes missing, right? So the son goes to Rhyme City, which is in the game too. So same thing. They're using the same city in the game in the movie. And he goes there, and then he meets Detective Pikachu in a completely different way in the game.
This Pikachu does not seem to be yet a detective.
Or he could be. I don't know. Because
we'll see, I suppose.
Yeah, so the main storyline of the game, from what I understand, from quickly reading through it, is that there's some Pokemon are becoming really violent, and they're lashing out and attacking people. So they're trying to find out what's going on, and then they find out through the game that there's someone's making this drug that's just called R.
So you said this was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
The same year as Zootopia, huh?
A lot of people have made that comparison that this is just Zootopia. And
in fairness, there's been a lot of cases where multiple things with the exact same premise have come out at the same time.
Yeah.
Just by coincidence.
Yeah,
it's just a funny thing.
Yeah, so they have to figure out the, who's doing it and blah, 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 and Mewtwo shows up at some point.
I hope Mewtwo is the final boss of the movie.
And then, in the game, they never... I don't think they ever find his dad, but, they kind of leave it open for a sequel game. So maybe the same thing will happen. I kind of doubt it. I think they'll have
I feel like they're going to wrap this movie up.
But,
and then just leave an ending of, and the adventures continue for a potential sequel.
Maybe, yeah. But, so in the poster, when you look at the poster, there's a trash can that has the letter R and M2, in spray painted on, kind of thing. So people are like, okay, so they're probably using the same basis, the same idea of there's this drug going around, right? And that the M2 probably means Mewtwo because the drug was made from Mewtwo's cells or something.
What if he was kidnapped by Team Rocket?
Well, that's the thing because Team Rocket wasn't in the game. But my thinking here is that if you're going to make a Pokemon movie and this is your first dive into a movie that could potentially spawn out into a franchise, why wouldn't you throw Team Rocket into this movie, even if they aren't in the game? Because here's the thing, the drug's called R.
Yeah.
Team Rocket has a giant R on their chest.
Yeah, that was my first thought.
So, it would make total sense, because I think in the game, I think the guy who made it kind of just wanted to make it to be a health benefit for Pokemon, and then it basically made them go crazy, and then someone else stole it, and they're spreading it across the city, and it was the guy who was the head of the news agency, because there's these two female characters in the game that help you, and they're part of the news agency, and so this dude who runs the news agency was the one spreading this drug, and he would know where the events would happen, so they'll be the first ones to get the news, and then he'll basically control the news that way, kind of thing. So that was his thing. But I'm thinking for a movie that's kind of weak.
Do you think in the movie that they'll make a twist so his dad? Well, do you think his dad will be the big hostage that they have to save, or the real villain all along?
Neither.
Okay.
I actually kind of think that his dad's going to be dead. Just completely, just gone. Just dead. Or they
find his body.
Or they just never find him. Right? I don't know. I think they're going to conclude that storyline in this movie, but I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be I don't think he's going to be a hostage or the bad guy.
Okay.
I kind of doubt that. Because both of those are kind of cliche, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
I don't know. I've only seen a 2-minute trailer that was mostly gags, and I haven't really looked at any background details, so I don't really know.
I don't know.
I have very few guesses.
Yeah, I do think, however, though, if they are going to change the storyline, instead of just some dude who made a drug for health benefits and then makes Pokemon evil and then some other dude steals it, what if it is an organization like Team Rocket, and they make this drug to make Pokemon go crazy for whatever reason, and then Tim's dad, since he's the detective, was the one who's getting close to figuring out this whole thing, and then Team Rocket sees this, and they're like, "Oh shit, we got to take this guy out." And that's what
it's hard to say, just because there's so many possibilities that they could have here. So I almost feel like guessing that far into detail. Like it's hard to guess because it could just be anything.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking too, because like there's a scene with the Charizard, and it looks like an underground fighting arena, right? So
also, it looks like Greninjas will be like the Ninja Hit Squad.
Yeah, but
which I'm fine with.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, like, maybe Team Rocket throws on these underground fights, like these dog fights kind of thing, for some little extra income, and then they use a Charizard, because in the game, Charizard was the first case of that Pokemon going
and it's
crazy.
hidden under a casino!
Yeah. But, I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, it just makes more sense to have, like, a gang in there, especially, like... And especially have Team Rocket, since they're the first one, just kind of like
especially if they have a friggin' Greninja Hit Squad. Mm-hmm. Like it's probably some kind of small organization behind this, and not just one guy.
Yeah, and then also when you watch the trailer, there's a scene where it shows the wall and it shows a missing poster for Pancham and for Squirtle. If you watch the trailer, the first scene where you can see where it zooms in on Tim, where it looks like they're in the underground dogfight arena, you can see a Squirtle and you can see a Pancham there. So it's like, maybe they're following the clues for those two, or whatever, and then it leads them to there. So maybe Team Rocket's going around stealing these Pokemon, giving them that drug, and making them fight each other in this arena, kind of thing.
Could be.
So that could be a possibility too, right? But I don't know. Yeah, it looks fun.
Yep, looks fun, and I want to hear Ryan Reynolds cast a Thunderbolt.
Actually, I heard that that the Pikachu in the game can't actually use electricity.
Oh, you mean the one in Detective Pikachu?
Yeah, Detective Pikachu.
Okay, I was wondering, I was like, Pikachu's an electric type.
Yeah, but I heard that, like, for some reason he's a weird one, and he has like a birth defect
I
or
know.
something.
Just when you said in the game, I was just thinking the main game, so I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But now I understand.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Okay, shoot.
Because clearly they're not starting with Ash Ketchum or Red or whatever, right?
Very good.
So
I'm fine with this.
Do you think that there's going to be some sort of cameo in the movie for them? Even if they have no plan to make movies about Ash Ketchum or whatever, do you think they're going to...
I kind of hope they just keep it as is. I could see maybe like a Red reference or something, if they're going all based on the games. I feel like Ash's name is just so weird that a reference would be a bit too... It would be a bit jarring to see a reference to him.
Yeah, but like I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm just thinking, well, the movie is probably going to start off with Tim going to Rhyme City, right?
Okay.
And he gets off the subway or the train or whatever because he's got that train ticket. So I was thinking, like, if they are going to do a cameo, just for the hell of it, they can have Tim come off the train, and then you can see people going into the train or on the subway or whatever, and in the background, you can see 3 people walking by. They don't have to show their faces or anything. They can just walk by, and you can tell by the clothes they wear, and maybe the Pokemon that they're holding. Like you got the one guy holding the Pikachu, you got the one girl holding the Togepi, and you got the one guy holding the Vulpix. Because I'm pretty sure Brock had a Vulpix at one point. And just see them walk into the train. They don't have to say anything. They can be in the background and just have them walk into the train.
And then the train explodes.
Yeah, but then they leave, right? So I was just thinking, like, if they're going to throw in a cameo of some sort like that, they can just have them way in the distance, so the people who know of them can be like, hey, it's them in the background. But but they aren't just like on screen. They're not like, hey, I'm Ash Ketchum. They're just kind of like, they're in the background, and it's going to be at the beginning of the movie, so that way they have no excuse for Ash to be like, well, why didn't Ash do anything? He always helps out in the day. Well, it's because he left the city right at the beginning of the movie, right?
Maybe, I guess.
But yeah, I don't know. That's my thought on that cameo.
Good.
Possibly cameo. But yeah, I have hopes for it because the director who's doing it he's the guy who did Monsters vs. Aliens and Goosebumps, the live action Goosebumps.
Right.
So if you take out Monsters vs. Aliens, you talk about Goosebumps, he's already had experience working with like live action mixed in with lots of CGI, like
that's
monsters
fair.
And stuff.
Right?
I
unfortunately have not seen either of those movies.
Me neither, but I'm assuming that like him being just knows what he has to do with this kind of movie, says that at least they know, like, they have some guy who's competent behind the camera working the stuff, right? You got the person who wrote the script for the first Guardians of the Galaxy writing the script for this one, so you know it's gonna be fun, there's gonna be lots of jokes and stuff. And you got Ryan Reynolds not cast as the main character, but cast as a yellow mouse.
I mean, effectively the co-main character.
Yeah, but they're not like. They're not trying to use like huge star power to be like, look, our one human main character.
Well, I mean, it is still huge star power because his name is going to be on the poster.
Yeah, and
everybody knows it's him.
Yeah, but it's not like you get to see Ryan Reynolds running along with a Pikachu. He's just as a Pikachu.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I don't know. I just judging from how much CGI they're going to use in this movie, like this movie's got to have like a significant budget.
I think it'll have a moderately high budget.
Like I'm thinking the tune of close to around 100 million.
Yeah, around there seems because that 100 million is kind of the safe baseline for a big movie these days that has a lot of special effects, but doesn't have like friggin' buildings exploding all over the place, which I doubt this will.
Well, in the trailer, you do see that Inception where like the mountains are coming up.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell's going on there. It could be a Groudon popping out of the ground. Who knows? But because I mean that'd be pretty epic. Like to have like a Pokemon movie and have some giant like some big legendary Pokemon like a Mewtwo or something just come out of.
I feel like a comedy like this doesn't need to end on an world shattering action scene.
No, I mean like not like that, but just have this thing like come out of the ground and be like, look, I'm all powerful, and then fuck off.
I'm Groudon, get off my lawn.
Basically,
Groudon, the whole world is your lawn. Get off of it.
But yeah, I don't know. Like,
oh god, I peaked so hard on that.
But
I imagine they'll have something like a big guy at some point.
Yeah.
And you know what I really hope it is beyond all hope?
Mega Mr. Mime?
A Alolan Exeggutor.
Okay.
I hope that there are 40 Alolan Exeggutors.
I think Rhyme City is supposed to be in the Alolan region.
Good.
I think it is. But don't quote me on it.
Or at least just go to the beach and have a whole bunch of them standing around.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be great to see. But
yeah, some big guy could be fine. Oh, there's a beached Wailord that they got to get back in the ocean.
So do you think this movie's going to make money?
Oh yeah, of course.
Even though it's coming out a week after Avengers 4?
Yeah.
Okay, I think so too.
I don't think it's going to break any records or make like $1 billion.
Yeah,
I think it's a safe like 400 or 500 million.
No, I think it's going to make more than that.
Well, that's why I said safe.
Yeah, like I don't know, just because it is Pokemon, the fact that it looks like a competent movie, fact that
it's a Pokemon movie, it's a competent movie, and even though it's coming right after Avengers like 4, it's not like it's the exact same like demographic and the exact same audiences. A lot of people will probably go see this who aren't seeing that movie.
Well, even then, like,
and a lot of people who saw that movie last week could see this one this week.
Yeah, there's that too. But like, because you got to think like a lot of kids who want to go see.
There's gonna be a lot of kids in this.
Yeah, I mean, they also want to go see Avengers and Pokemon. Like,
yeah,
like Avengers is your like your new household like thing that everyone can watch. So of course they want to go watch that, but they also want to go see the Pokemon too.
Exactly.
So of course you're gonna have the families go, but then, like, I went to a movie theater with my dad and my sister once, and I paid for the whole thing. Mm-hmm. It cost me almost $100 for the three of us with the movie tickets and the snacks. So because we went somewhere expensive.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty damn expensive.
So, because we each got, like, a combo, so it was, like, $30 each. Because, like, the tickets were, like, $15, the snacks, the combo was, like, $15 each.
That's why I don't buy things at the movie theater. I just sneak water bottles in through my sleeve.
Yeah, but,
it's a really good tactic. Just wear, like, a spring jacket. It'll fit in your sleeve under your arm perfectly.
He's doing illegal things, don't listen to him.
Yeah, illegal. I'm smuggling water.
But yeah, so I paid for that, and it was expensive. We went to go see Ready Player One. But,
Don't see that.
So, I'm just thinking that, like, if you have a family of, like, at least 3, depending on where you go, you're going to cost, like, $60+ if you're all going to get snacks and stuff.
That's money.
Right? But, like, to me, that would say that, like, a family can't do that 2 weeks in a row. And they probably would only pick one movie.
Yeah.
So which movie do you think they would pick? The Avengers or the Pokemon?
Depends on the age group of the kids.
I guess, yeah.
If you have a little kid, then you're going to go see Pokemon.
Yeah, if you got like 4 or 5 year olds,
Pokemon. You're seeing Pokemon.
But if you're going with like your 10, 11, 12 year old,
you're seeing Avengers.
Yeah, but even
or you might see Pokemon too.
Yeah,
at that age, I don't think it's too big of a hassle to go out and see 2 and just like I don't know.
Yeah, because
just send your kids on their own.
Yeah, because my sister's in 7th grade and she loves both Avengers and Pokemon, so she wants to go see both, right? So, but I guess it depends on like the family who can't afford to spend all that money in 2 weeks in a row to take their family to go see a movie. Like they just have to choose which one, right?
Or they could just not buy snacks on one and use that snack money to see the next one.
Yeah, but
the economic.
But yeah, I personally think it's gonna make.
Like, didn't Deadpool Cut 2 come right after Avengers?
I think it came 2 weeks after.
And that made like $800 million?
Yeah, so I was using that as another reference point. It's like,
yeah, it's going to be fine.
It's like, yeah, Deadpool made that much money. Why can't Pokemon, if it's a good movie, make that much money?
There's something that came after Avengers that people were saying it didn't make much...
Solo.
Yeah, see, that Solo had nothing to do with Avengers. There was a lot of reasons Solo didn't make much money that I could go into for like an hour, so I won't.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, I can't judge Solo's quality, but there were a lot of marketing foibles that just fucked that movie financially from the get-go before it had a chance.
Yeah, and the fact that it costs like 4 times as much as what Deadpool did.
Yeah, so I think Detective Pikachu is going to be completely fine.
Yeah, and then you never know if it's successful, and like it doesn't even have to be considered good by the critics, because look at Venom, because I was just telling you this earlier today, like it's got like 28% Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score is like 80-something%.
Which is really weird, because it was very meh.
Yeah, well, like, we thought it was meh. But I guess a lot of people seem to think it was fine, right? And like it just,
I guess a lot of people just remember the highlights.
Yeah, like it just opened in China like last week or 2 weeks ago, and it made like $110 million in China in that 1 week. So it's at over six. Last time I checked, which I think a week ago, was at over $600 million so far.
If
right?
Venom can make that, I think Detective Pikachu is gonna be fine.
That's the thing. It's like it's Venom. It's not. It doesn't even have Spider-Man or any other Spider-Man.
It doesn't have Spider-Man in it. It wasn't very good, and it made that much.
It's a Venom movie which has the possibility to make more than Justice League. Just think about that.
I hope it does. That would be hilarious.
Just think about that. Yeah, and then so yeah, I think. As long as Detective Pikachu, as long as the audience thinks it's fine, like the people actually give money to the movie.
Well, that's how it always is. Like a lot of like movies that are critically met, they make a ton of money.
Yeah,
like
so
the critic score is only mean so much when it comes to actual financial gain. It's mostly just
I'm gonna give you a number here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go a little bit high. I'm not gonna say $1 billion. I'm gonna say $800 million.
That's your estimate?
That's my estimate. I think it's gonna be. Even though it's coming out right after Avengers, I think because of the name of the brand that it is, plus the fact, as long as it's a good movie, that has to be. If it's a bad movie, then forget it.
That's a fair guess because that's about Deadpool 2, and I can see that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If it's a fun movie,
we're referencing Deadpool 2 a lot because the disc is right there,
and we're gonna watch it after this. So.
Yes,
but yeah, anyway, that's my guess. I don't know. What do you think? You're going to stick with your $500 million, or no?
$500 million is just me like saying it'll at least make that. $800 million, honestly, I can agree with.
Yeah, because if it makes
the thing is lower than that. I don't know. $800 million seems to be the strong baseline for a big if you are big and successful. Like you can still be super successful off of $500 million, but $800 seems to be what that baseline is now for a high budget successful movie.
Yeah, I talked about this.
Like a big name high budget successful like summer movie.
Yeah, in my video about why Captain Marvel will do fine at the box office, which you should totally go and watch now because I spent a lot of time making that video.
Watch it.
I talked about that. I explained how I predicted that the budget was going to be around $150 million for Captain Marvel because that's actually around what most of the Marvel movies are. And then according to Wikipedia, it's which I'm gonna not 100% believe because Disney never gives out the budget for their movies until they're like 2 years later. It says it has an estimated of $152 million. So I'm like, well, that's around what I thought anyways. Yeah. So if you go by $150 million and then you take just as a rule of thumb, I'm just going to go quickly. Just as a rule of thumb, you take half of the budget and you add that as advertisement on top of it. So you take $150 million, add $75 million, it's $225 million.
I'd double it if it's been super advertised.
Yeah, like something like Avengers or Justice League or something, right?
Oh, Justice League, you had to triple it.
Yeah, but yeah, but that's basically a good rule of thumb for any movie, right? You take the budget, you cut in half, but then you add that on top of it for the advertisement for your total. Don't die there.
Nope.
For your total spending, so like I said, Captain Marvel is around $225 million. And if it made, like, I was going to say on the low end, $600 million, you take a third of that off for the theaters. Let's just go 33% and say you take off $200 million.
Yep.
It still made $400 million at the box office, and you minus $225 million off that. That's $175 million profit. So, it would still be profitable. Like I said, like Captain Marvel would still be profitable at $500 million.
Oh, yeah.
So if this Pikachu movie had a budget around $100 million, it would only need like $400 million to be considered successful, but I think it's going to go past that.
Yeah. Honestly, we could probably talk about the budget for like 2 hours, but we probably don't want to do that on video, because we're already at 35 minutes.
Yeah, okay. So I think it's gonna be fine.
Yep.
I'm definitely gonna go see it. I'm gonna force you to go see it, even if you don't want to. But I'm pretty sure you want to.
I don't want to see this at all. Okay. I despise everything Pokemon related.
I'm gonna take Benji because he's gonna laugh his ass off the whole entire way.
I hate Pokemon, especially Alolan Exeggutor, the greatest thing ever.
I hate. Yeah. Okay. But I'm excited for it. At least.
That'll be fun.
So okay, so move on to trailer number 2. I don't know if you were going to say anything. You're winding up for that.
No, I was just making a hard cut point in case you wanted to edit something.
Oh, okay. So Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah.
The trailer came out.
I have not seen the second trailer.
That's fine. So, do you want to go first? Because I know more about Alita than you.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to talk...
I don't have too much to say to this trailer, because most of it just, you tend to look more into the source material in these kinds of trailers, where I'm just thinking about this as, because I don't know anything about the source material, really, so it looks like it'll be a fun movie, honestly. Mm-hmm. Looks like it has some cool action. Robert Rodriguez is a really good director who can do a lot of really cool shots, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, because, originally, I looked up the manga because I heard that it was based off a manga. I'm like, what the hell? A movie that's coming out that I don't know the source material of? I gotta read it. So
you had never heard of that
I
manga?
know!
I'd heard of that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, that one's a very well-known series.
Oh, I have no idea. I never heard of it, but I read it afterwards. Okay, after I heard it.
Yeah, so it looks like it'll be a fun movie, good trailer, just...
And the fact that,
it looks like it'll start slow, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
A slow build up where you just get to know the characters, good for you, and then it'll get into the action, and looks like it'll be some pretty, it'll be very CGI heavy action, and which I'm fine with, because in a lot of movies where it's just all CG, it just looks really fake and weightless. Mm-hmm. But there's definitely a weight to this action.
Yeah.
It's very well done CG.
Okay, and
also the eyes don't really bug me, so I don't care.
Yeah,
I've gotten used to them.
I showed the trailer to someone else who never heard of it before, and the first thing they said was "dem eyes," but yeah, because I guess the first time you see it, you're kind of like, whoa, something's off there. But
I feel like it's just been saturated. The topic of the eyes have been saturated enough that who cares at this point?
Yeah, it looks fine. But
I can still understand if you're creeped out by it. Honestly,
yeah.
I'm just not.
But the CGI, because CGI looks really good in that movie.
Yeah.
There's some things where it's just kind of
the big thing is there's not too much going on in the background, so it keeps you focused on the actual prime action by the looks of it.
So
a lot of CGI movies just make it kind of overblown, but it just looks like it's just raw, punchy, fisty action. Instead of just explosions and lasers everywhere.
Okay, so I decided, because after watching the third trailer, I was like... Because I remember you were telling me that... Because I read the manga, and and I was thinking, okay, they're probably going to take the first 2 arcs, because there's 3 manga series, right?
There's 3 manga
series. Yes. But, there's the original, which is Gunm. Gunnm, that's the original name of it.
Okay.
But the English name of it is Battle Angel Alita.
Yeah.
So it's around 50-ish chapters. It feels like 150 because there's so much.
They're definitely going to cut things, cut plot lines.
But there's 4 main arcs in the first manga. And then the sequel manga, I've only read a couple chapters. I kind of forgot about it. But it basically retcons the ending of the original manga, so it's kind of okay. And then there's the third series, which is going on right now.
Oh, really? Really?
It's still going. But... So when I first when I read the manga and then I was like, okay, looking at it, each arc they lead into each other, of course.
Yep.
But they feel almost standalone. So, but I was thinking okay, well, if they're gonna make a full movie of this, you can't just do the first arc. They're gonna have to incorporate the first and second arc, especially since I saw the character Hugo in the trailer, who is in the second arc. So I'm thinking,
I imagine that it just sounds like they'll probably just mix the plot lines together.
That's what I was thinking. I would be okay, that makes complete sense because arc 1 is basically its own thing. Then arc number 2 is its own thing.
They'll probably either overlay the plot lines or make one twist some events of one so it leads right into the other for the second half of the movie.
I think they're gonna mash them together.
Yeah,
I think that's what's gonna happen. But thing was though,
which is fine because we don't just We don't just want a straight adaptation when it comes to these kinds of movies, because at that point, what's the point of adapting something but making it shorter?
Even then, if they did a one-to-one adaptation, the pacing would be really weird, because it's...
That's the thing, when it comes to making something like this on the full screen, you have to change things, you have to cut things, you gotta trim things, combine characters, delete characters, twist motivations.
Yeah, to make it flow better.
Twist the reasons to get to these places. Because, like, movies do tend to have a harder structure, like, the whole 3-act structure.
Yeah.
Even if you're making a movie, especially a North American movie, you are following the 3-act structure hard.
Yeah.
And a manga series will not do that.
Yeah.
Manga will just do whatever the fuck it wants, and it's kind of designed to make you read the next issue.
Yeah.
So there'll be constant cliffhangers and all that, which would happen every few minutes if they were to just do a straight adaptation.
Yeah.
So, like, everything has to follow the 3-act structure. That is paramount.
Yeah. But my original thought was that they're, like, going to mash up those 2 arcs. And I was like, okay, well, if this ever does a sequel, then they can do Arc 3 somehow. And then, but I always thought that, like, Arc 4 could be its own whole movie by itself. But then you told me that you heard that there was going to be the rollerball stuff in the movie, right?
Yeah, I read, like, just some interviews talking about that.
So, and this is before the 3rd trailer came out.
Yeah, this was, like, right after the first trailer.
So I was thinking.
This is back when it was supposed to come out in December.
Yeah. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how the fuck are they going to fit that in there unless they just mention it or they show it somewhere and like they don't focus on it because the rollerball was arc number 3 in the manga and it was its own thing. There was like two main action sequences in that whole arc, and they were both really epic, if I remember correctly. There's like, especially the last one for sure. But like it's its own thing, and the reason why arc number 3 happens is because of the events that happened in the arc previous to it. But it's its own thing, like it stands off by itself. So I was thinking like, okay, they can easily mash the first and second arc together, but how the hell are they going to add in the rollerball stuff?
Unless they just incorporate it as a set piece, maybe.
That's because I was starting to think about that, and then because that's what I thought, like they're just going to have it as like its own, like maybe something very small.
I imagine that they want to use this kind of thing, but they don't expect they're going to get a sequel.
Yeah.
So they just said, "Fuck it, we just want to do everything we can."
Maybe, yeah. But then when I saw the trailer really showed off the rollerball.
Was that when they were like grinding around on the?
Yeah, and they're on like the racetrack thing, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's like roller derby where you got people on the roller skates and like there's this ball that you got to get to, and they basically it's like a death match. The people can kill each other in there, and basically you just have to get the ball and go around the track.
They'll probably twist the plot so that she has to compete at some point. Then just for the whatever the plot lines are.
That's what I was thinking too. Like
which is pretty easy.
Yeah, like after watching the trailer, I'm like, okay, it has to be something like that.
Just go like, hey, a lead is over here. You should get this lead.
Yeah, but or whatever. Yeah, but like originally, I was just like, there's no way they can incorporate that unless they completely change around the circumstances of the story,
which they very likely are.
Which is it's still going to be weird. I want to know how they're going to do it.
It'll be so I want to read the manga for this series, but I'm going to wait until after the movie just so we can have a sort of like clash of you who know everything about that versus me who knows nothing about that and what we thought of how the progression was.
I might have to reread the manga because I do remember it, but there's a lot of stuff that like I won't remember because there was a lot jam-packed into it. But like after watching that 3rd trailer, I have to think this movie's gonna be like 3 hours long. Like it's because
it'll probably be at least 2:15.
Yeah, because there's no way they can stick it like put all this together in less than 2 hours.
I don't think it'll be 2.5 because 2.5 hour movies I don't know. I feel like it'll be 2:15.
I just think they're throwing in too much for it to be less than 2.5 hours. Personally,
yeah.
Like, unless
I'm completely fine with long movies. If this movie was 3 hours and just did a whole bunch of things, and it was just really fun along the whole way and engaging and like just compelling to watch, I'll stick around for 4 hours.
Yeah,
but
that's.
But 3 hour movies do make less money, just because that means you can only have about half the showings in a day.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say you need a lot of push to be able to do that, but friggin' James Cameron has a lot of push. So maybe 2.5 hours could actually be pretty reasonable.
Yeah, and because James Cameron was the first one to, like, no one asked him to do this.
No, this is a passion project for him. So I could see him managing to pull 2.5 hours.
Yeah, like he's not directing it because he's busy doing Avatar 2 and stuff. Right?
Eventually,
which is supposed to come out next year, I think. Oh no, 2020, I think, is supposed to come out.
I could talk about that for a whole day.
Yeah, but like he started coming up with like, okay, the movie script and ideas and stuff, but then I think he gave it to John Landau, I think is his name. He's the other producer.
Okay.
And because he was too busy doing other stuff. So, and apparently he had like hundreds of pages of notes, and he had like 180-page script, unfinished script that he had written out, which is about like 3 hours by itself, right?
Yeah, usually 1 page of a script equals a 1 minute.
Yeah. So, but then they gave it to Robert Rodriguez, and I heard, or I read somewhere that he cut it down to around 120 pages, the script, which is about 2 hours. But then you have to add the action and stuff in there.
Well, that's the thing. Like the usual rule is about 1 page per minute.
Yeah.
But then you have some pages that are really thick. Like it just has a huge block of action text, which will take like 4 minutes. But then some are just full of like one line, just like one line bits that'll take like 30 seconds in total.
Or you have
it's not like a hard rule. It kind of evens out though over the course of a whole movie.
Or you have the script for Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars 3, right?
Yeah,
that's number 3, right?
No, it's not number 3.
Are you sure?
It's number 3, of course it is.
Okay, whatever. Where the script George Lucas wrote for the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan was they fight. That was the entire thing. That's all he wrote was they fight.
I'll be honest. I kind of love that because that's what Shakespeare did. A part of me wants to think that's just a funny Shakespeare reference, but then the other part of me goes, no, somebody would have that had to work with this. So no, that's Shakespeare wrote they fight because he was directing all of his plays. Oh my god. He wrote it because he's directing all of his plays, so he had it in his head what all the action was, and he could just tell people what to do.
Yeah.
So George Lucas probably was just doing that exact same thing. They're like, what are we supposed to do with this? They fight. Oh, don't worry, I'll just tell you what to do when we're actually doing it.
Yeah. But, like, that fight scene was, like, 10 minutes long.
Right.
That was... And the script, it just said they fight. So, like, you can add in, like...
There was probably... Outside of the script, I'm sure there was a breakdown document.
Yeah. But,
or, like, the storyboard. There was a storyboard.
Yeah. But yeah... But since it's James Cameron's name on the thing, it's a passion project between him and like the 2 other people working on it, like the Landau guy and Robert Rodriguez. They all care for this thing.
Yeah.
So it does have me in high hopes that like it's going to be a good movie. Like it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. They're going to obviously have to change some stuff to run as a movie, but it's going to. It looks good, and I think
they're being a lot more faithful than Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah. But my worry is that no one's going to see this movie because the third trailer came out, and yeah, sure, it's only been out for a couple of days, but it only has 2 million views. Compare that to Detective Pikachu, which hasn't even been out for a week yet, and it's got over 40 million views, and it's got like 1.2 million likes on it. Like I talked about this, also my Captain Marvel video, so go watch that. But I was breaking down how like Captain Marvel, like the trailer got around 40 million views in the first week. Right? Kind of thing. And compare that to, like, Black Panther, where its first trailer over 11 months got around 40 million views, right? And I wasn't trying to say that, like, that means Captain Marvel's going to make $1.3 billion. That's not what I mean. I just mean that it shows that a lot of people are excited for it. It shows interest,
yeah.
So, because, like, when you look at the Aquaman trailer...
I wonder if that's one of the reasons they delayed it, so they could, like, increase the marketing campaign.
Maybe. But I was using that, like, look how many people went to see this movie in, like, a week, the trailer in a week. And the fact that the Black Panther...
Maybe that's also why they moved it off the same day as Aquaman and Bumblebee, to try to ensure a less competitive...
Yeah, and I know Disney hasn't completely merged with Fox yet, but now they own Alita, and Disney is coming out with Mary Poppins Returns 2 days before Aquaman and Bumblebee, and what was supposed to be Alita 2, so that might have been a Disney move saying, we don't want this movie with going against our other movie, which is already going against 2 other big movies, move it to February.
Yeah, that's a pretty competitive week!
Yeah.
Get away from it!
Yeah, so, Continue my about the...
If it's good, I hope it makes a lot of money.
Yeah. But anyway, so like the views on the trailer thing, like I explained in my Captain Marvel video that like when you look at Black Panther, it got 40 million views in its 11-month lifetime when I made that video, but it had like around 400 and some thousand likes. Then you compare it to the Captain Marvel trailer, which had around the same amount of views in like 1 week.
Yeah.
It had like over 800,000 likes. It had obviously more dislikes, and like the like to dislike ratio was a little bit different. Like Captain Marvel was around like 94% approval,
right?
And Black Panther was like 97, but it had like double the amount of people liking and disliking it, right?
You're gonna get different skews,
right? Even though they had around the same amount of views, but then you look at Detective Pikachu, and it's got 41 million views on it already, and it's got 1.2 million likes. So like people are going crazy for that. But then you look at Alita, and I know this is the third trailer. But the trailer...
Yeah, the reveal trailer is always... Like, the very first reveal trailer is the one that everyone goes to.
Yeah.
Like, I personally, like, if multiple trailers for a thing comes out, I'll check out the first one just to see if it looks interesting.
Yeah.
And if I am interested, I will not check out any more trailers because I want to go into that movie as fresh as physically possible.
Yeah. But when you look at the Alita trailer, the third one only has like 2 million views on it. And like the first trailer only had like, I think like 10 or 11 million views on it.
I'll check it right now. Keep talking.
Okay, but if those numbers mean anything, I'm just worried that there's no one's gonna watch it, right? Like it might be like it probably won't be the greatest movie ever, but it might be the greatest movie to ever be made, but maybe no one goes to see it. And I tried to see what the budget was for this movie. I got two numbers. Wikipedia told me 150 million, but IMDb said an estimated $200 million. And watching the trailer, I'm like, yeah, this is probably closer to $200 million. Let's be fair for the budget, right?
So it looks like the trailer has about 11 million views right now for the first one.
For the first one, right?
Yeah.
But then you like compare that to Detective Pikachu, which in 5 days.
That's a Pokemon, though.
I know, but like that's the thing.
Pokemon is the highest-grossing media franchise ever. It's going to have the most.
Yeah, but like even when you compare it to like Aquaman, the Aquaman trailer's got like 20 million views on it. Right?
That's also part of a big franchise.
Yeah,
like this is also the first.
Yeah, this is
a lot of people. This is the first time a lot of people have heard of this.
Yeah, like this is even though it's based an adaptation of a manga, it's basically a new IP.
Yeah.
For people over here anyway.
Yeah, especially over here. It's a lot less.
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it's a lot less prolific over here.
Yeah, so even though it's based on something, it's pretty much like Edge of Tomorrow. Who the fuck knew about All You Need Is Kill before Edge of Tomorrow came out?
I did. That's literally just because I followed a podcast that started talking about the manga it just happened to be right before that. I'm not some hipster who like, oh yeah, I always knew about All You Need Is Kill.
Well, I mean, you could have just stumbled across it and you're like, hey, basically. I read that. That's how I find a lot of these manga that I read. I'm like, hey, what's this? And I read it, right?
I just want to find something random today.
Yeah, so...
And then everybody starts talking about it, like, 10 years later, and you're like, I knew about it 10 years ago because of random searches.
I mean, it's only 17 chapters, too. Like, it's short.
Yeah. I read that thing in, like, 2 hours.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, it was probably lesser known than Alita.
Oh yeah, but it also had Tom Cruise.
Got Tom. I mean, this one's got Christopher Waltz in it. Come on.
Yeah, I like that's the thing.
And he's not playing a bad guy.
No, but it's fine. He still gets to be in it.
Yeah, that's true.
They have a lot of like big name actors in this, so I think that's what they're using to get people's attention.
Yeah, but
and also all the names on the project are pretty big.
But
this is good. I think it'll do fun. It'll at least break even.
I hope I hope it does more than that. Like if it turns out to be a good movie and I really enjoy it, of course I want more people to go see it.
If it's a really good movie, also word of mouth will spread.
Yeah. Like what's going on with Venom right now?
Exactly. Strangely.
But
if Venom could make 600 million, then this probably can.
Yeah, but also Venom had like a budget of 100 million. This one probably has double that budget if IMDb is to be trusted with what it said.
IMDb is
I know.
I wouldn't. I'd take IMDb with a grain of salt, honestly.
Well, but then Wikipedia says 150, so you're getting two different numbers. But I also don't trust Wikipedia either, unless like every other website says the same thing, right? Yeah. But because only those two websites have numbers and they're like $50 million off, right? But yeah, it just looks like a lot of time was put into this movie, and so I hope it does good. Yeah. But like,
there's definitely quite a lot of passion in the movie.
But I just think that in North America, it probably won't do that good. It's going to have to rely on the overseas market. But that being said, since it's based off of manga, Japan's going to go crazy for it.
Mm-hmm. And I hope so, at least.
And Japan, I already said Japan, and China will probably go crazy for it too, because China loves manga and anime as well, right? So they might go crazy for it too.
Alright, so the $150 million budget thing is a quote from Rodriguez.
Okay.
So I think that,
unless they boost the budget at some point.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. It looks like this was after the 200 million stuff, like that he came out and said it.
Oh, okay.
So I'd take about 150 roughly, like as a median. Okay. Seems like the most believable source, honestly.
Yeah, but that's still a lot of money.
Especially because that was made after this quote was made after the change of release date, so it's pretty recent.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's still a lot of money. I'm not trying to say, oh, it's only 150 million.
Yeah,
that's a shit ton of money.
Yeah, because
but James Cameron can afford it.
Well, that's the thing, because when you look at the not the last movie he made, but I don't know. Has he made any movie after Avatar?
James Cameron?
Yeah.
Alien?
Did he make Alien?
Wait.
Talking about...
Oh, wait, no, I got fuck mixed. Oh, I don't care.
No, but like...
But yeah, he's made stuff after Avatar. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was 9 years ago. Do you know?
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, well... But that's the thing, like, I mean, because originally it was Fox that gave him the money, like, oh, make this Alita project that you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, when he made Avatar, they gave him $237 million to make this movie. That was a risk for them, but they believed in him, and it made $2.7 billion. And before that, not right before that, but before that, he also made Titanic on a $220 million budget, and at that time, it became the first movie to gross over $1 billion.
And everybody was so... I love reading about that event and how everybody just thought it was going to be the biggest flop in history.
Yeah.
All the people behind it had literally no faith. And so, even one of them even went like, "This is on you, James."
Yeah, and then wanted to gross $1.8 billion, and then it was re-released in like 2010, I think, in 3D, and it got like an extra $300 million from that. So in the end, it grossed $2.1 billion. And then he goes on to make Avatar, and makes $2.7 billion. So at that time, I think Fox was like, you know what? This might be an obscure thing, but we trust you. Here's all this money. All right. Go make this movie.
So do you want James Cameron directed, written, or produced films?
Does it matter? Directed, I guess?
Well, he's not even directing this one, so why does that matter?
Okay. Hey. I mean, he was originally going to, but then he's like, I don't have time.
So he hasn't written anything since Avatar, it seems, so I imagine that he just spent all his time writing this and Avatar 2 and 3 for some reason.
And 4. Because I think there's supposed to be 3 more.
I can't believe... I won't. I'm going to hold back on that. He's produced a few movies, but nothing major. Well, this guy, he's been a lot quieter than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
well...
Yeah, But I can say this from watching all 3 trailers. Mm-hmm. I definitely think the movie's going to be good.
Yeah.
And just especially since the people behind it, like you got huge names behind it, and they're doing it because they want to.
You definitely can't judge things just from trailers these days, because like a shitty movie could have an amazing trailer, or an amazing movie could have the worst trailer ever. But you can generally gauge things like tone and all that, and like just you can generally see effort in trailers quite well.
Yeah, and this one looks like
there's effort into it.
But. Yeah, I have no idea. I think I agree.
Any final thoughts on it, do you think?
Yeah, I was thinking, or like talking earlier about how like maybe they're going to do a sequel. There's more than likely they probably don't plan for a sequel, but if they do, if it does make money, like we can do a sequel, they can take the 4th arc from the manga and just make that a whole new movie. Because it's good
news, you got a lot more source material to work with when the sequel comes out in 2038.
Yeah, it's basically Mad Max, but with cyborgs. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm excited for that one too, and I'll be back by the time that comes out because I'm just going to be gone in January, not February.
I hope you're back in 2038.
Oh, well, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
But okay, so let's move on to the last one.
Dumbo. I don't think we have too much to say about this one.
That's why we left it to the end.
The big thing about it seems to be that the focus has shifted from Dumbo and the animals to a bunch of kids and their families.
Yeah, because the kids weren't in the
I'm just going to put it out right now. I saw Dumbo when I was extremely young, so I'm mostly analyzing this as a film on its own and not really compared to the original.
Yep. Do
we know if it's a musical?
I don't think it is.
I don't think so. Okay.
I think the way Disney's remaking their movies, if it was a musical originally, it's a musical then.
Okay.
But at the same time, that could be not true because I heard that Mulan won't have singing in it, and Mulan was a musical.
The big thing I noticed about this trailer, well, obviously the focus on the kids now, and I'm crossing my fingers really hard that the main, like one of the core focus of the story isn't the fairly typical Hollywood. The kids and their dad are out of touch, and they have to come back together by the end. Because I'm so sick of seeing that.
Yeah,
like that is.
Yeah, because
I feel like that's what a lot of Hollywood writers write about because like they just had a lot of dad issues or something.
Maybe.
Or they just know that it's like the easiest possible thing to write about. Yeah. So I'm just hoping.
Yeah, because I don't think the kids were in the original movie. I don't think they were. But
if they were, they probably had a very minor. Kids, any humans probably had a pretty minor role, I guess.
Yeah, but
I can't remember.
But what do you think of Tim Burton directing it? Do you think that was a good choice?
Like, Tim Burton has had a very up and down career.
But do you think based on what the movie is and like the imagery and stuff, do you think he was a good choice for it?
Tim Burton is quite good at making striking imagery, just weird kind of interesting shots, and like very almost whimsical stuff. Like that's what a lot of his early career was, and that in that regard, I think that he honestly is a fine choice, and I'm hoping that he puts out a really good film again because it's been a while.
Yeah, because it's all circusy, and like you see in the trailer, there's all these weird.
Yeah, a lot of weird imagery, just like very fantasy-esque, like scenes, and just like the framing, the cinematography, and all that. And that's what Tim Burton's specialty is.
Yeah, and also Disney likes Tim Burton.
Yeah.
So and. And it's funny because I showed my friend that trailer, and he asked me, he's like, "So are they remaking all their old movies?" And I said, "Well, there's probably."
Well, yeah, they've been doing that since like forever.
Well, I said like live action though, right? And I said they're
remember 101 Dalmatians live action?
Yeah, but I meant like this new wave of movies, right? And I said to him like, "There's some movies they're not going to touch at all, like Song of the South."
I was going to bring that one up too.
But like because they've already made Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Jungle Book, for some strange fucking reason, Pete's Dragon.
Yep.
And I don't know why that one. But
somebody in the Disney really likes Pete's Dragons, okay?
There's that, or maybe they were like, let's throw out Pete's Dragon to see if our smaller, lesser-known movies would bring in money if remade, and that one didn't really.
So probably that. Yeah, I could see that being a test, and then they said, okay, let's just focus on the big ones that everybody has all the nostalgia.
Yeah, because they only spent like $60 million making Pete's Dragon, but they only made $150 million worldwide. So whatever it was, right? So it like
so now they're focusing on the biggies like Mulan and Dumbo.
Well, Mulan was supposed to come out this year, then it was delayed 2 years, right? But then because my friend also asked me, he's like, are they making them in any specific order?
Nope.
And yeah, so I personally think that what Disney's doing is that they have all their movies lined up, and they're like, we want to make these, but they think they have a specific director they want for each movie. And whenever the director becomes available, or when they want to do it, I think that's when they get them to make the movie.
They've also probably, like, Disney is big enough that they will analyze the market and, like, gauge, okay, we think in 2 years this will be the movie that people want at the time. Yeah. They probably have, like, 18 billion teams working on just trying to figure out, like, the little things that the trends at the time and with what wave of nostalgia we're currently in.
I want to know what dimension they're working in where they have 18 billion teams working on stuff, because that's like more than double the amount of people who live on the planet.
They have a lot of monkeys, okay? They have 16 teams that are just snails.
Yeah. But the funniest thing, though, I don't know about you, but I haven't seen any of their live-action adaptions yet.
I have not either.
I love how we're talking about this, and it's like, well, we haven't seen the other ones yet. I've wanted to. I've wanted to see all of them, even by myself, and I haven't got around to it yet. I don't know why. I just haven't done it yet.
I mean, we have the live-action Beauty and the Beast upstairs, and I think Jungle Book's on Netflix. We can easily see some of them.
I know, but we just haven't yet.
You want to see some of them?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, you want to see some tonight?
If we have time.
Okay, sure. Anyways, so yeah, that...
Wait, I will say, though, that Dumbo does look good, actually.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be at least competent.
Yeah, so like
it'll. I imagine it might be one of those kind of overly whimsical movies.
Yeah, because it looks like there's
which I might not really be into, but there's definitely an audience for that.
Yeah, because it does kind of give me the feeling that they're going to be using the visuals more than the storytelling.
Which I am super. You mean dialogue?
No, just...
Because visual storytelling is...
Okay, well, yeah, but, like, I think they're going to be like, look, we run a circus. Look all the crazy shit we do at the circus instead of telling a story.
Yeah, I'm fine with a movie that's kind of just a visual spectacle with a bit of heart to it.
Yeah, but... I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be fine, I guess.
Yeah. But then...
I kind of wish that it was, like... And I don't really want it to focus on the kids.
Yeah... But it probably will.
Unless these kids are really fucking good, like the Stranger Things kids. I hate watching kids in movies.
Yeah.
It's either love or hate with that.
Hey, what about the Goonies?
Yeah, they were good kids.
Yeah, there you go.
They had charisma. I like charisma in movies.
Yeah. So.
And a child actor can either have a lot of charisma and be just fantastic to watch on screen, or just be terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, Dumbo.
Ooh. Dumbo might be fine-ish.
Yeah.
Shrug.
Wait, is Aladdin supposed to come out next year, or is that a year later? Because I think next year, Lion King's supposed to come out next year too.
Huh?
I think.
Is that so?
I think. I could be wrong. because that could be like Disney's year of like let's put out the animal movies. But I'm not entirely sure.
Aladdin is May 24th, 2019.
There you go. Oh yeah, that one, because I was trying to think what movie was coming out right before my birthday. Because usually it's an X-Men movie or a Pirates movie. Whenever they came out, they always came out on that day.
Well, I think an X-Men movie is coming out next year, and
but they pushed it back. They pushed it back to June.
Okay, yeah, but it was in February before.
Was it in February?
Yeah, because Alita took its spot.
Oh, yeah, because Disney owns everything now.
Like Alita went straight into the X-Men spot.
Okay,
and then X-Men got shoved down
all the way to June.
Probably just because there was a lot of competition in those months.
Because the next month, what's coming out in March? Oh, yeah, of course, Captain Marvel's coming out in March. Then in May is Avengers.
Yeah, see, let's put some distance here between these movies.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
But you don't want your own things competing with each other. Don't be Sega and destroy yourself by competing with your own products.
Yeah. So, man, Disney. At some point, Disney's just going to be like, okay, every other week is going to be one of our huge movies, and no one's going to have time to put up their big movie.
There's like 5 or 6 major studios in Hollywood that own everything.
Yeah. And
Disney was one of them. And the thing is, like, the other ones do release a lot of big movies of high quality.
Yeah.
But we mostly follow Disney movies. Those are just the ones we are personally drawn towards. Just the stuff that is under their umbrella.
Yeah.
So we're noticing the little drops falling down the sides of the umbrella a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, we don't follow Warner Bros. Or Universal very much.
Not really. I'm actually... Okay, Legendary's not a big company, but
they're one of the big ones.
Yeah, but they're one of the big ones, but they're not like Universal or Disney or anything.
Well, they don't have the franchises power Disney has.
But I'm going to start following Legendary now because they made okay, I could be wrong about this one. I don't know about the other ones, but I'm pretty sure they made the new Godzilla movie. I think.
Yeah, Legendary Godzilla movie.
Yeah. And they also made I'm drawing a blank here. But they're doing the Detective Pikachu movie.
Okay.
Right? You know what else is coming out soon? They're doing the live-action Gundam movie.
Huh.
And they're working with the company that makes the Gundam show.
So what you're saying is that Legendary is getting all the Japanese franchises.
Guess who's making the live-action My Hero Academia movie?
Is it Legendary?
It's Legendary.
There's a live-action My Hero Academia movie? Oh, boy.
And it's Legendary. I knew it was going to happen at some point. I thought it was going to be Disney doing it because My Hero Academia...
I didn't think it would happen this soon.
Well, because My Hero Academia and Avengers Infinity War had that cross-promotion thing going on. Remember I showed you that website? So I always thought, like, oh, okay, they're cross-promoting each other. Maybe Disney's going to take it. No, it's Legendary doing it.
I am tentatively excited about that.
But yeah, it looks like
Legendary's done quality stuff with that lately. So
and
crossing all the fingers.
Yeah, and like if like
because I don't talk about it much on this, but boy, am I a Hero Academia shill.
Yeah, but like I know we're going way off topic with this now.
We're talking about Dumbo.
Yeah, but I had my
we're like an hour and 10 minutes in. If people are still listening, they're fine with us rambling.
Okay, so. I had my problems with Godzilla 2014 or 2015, whenever it came out.
It was 2014.
2014.
Yeah, I had one major problem with Godzilla 2014.
Was it the human character wasn't Bryan Cranston?
Yes.
Okay, so same. But I had a couple problems with it, but overall, I think it was a good adaptation for what it was.
Even if I wish the main character was this other person who is heavily advertised and is 10 times as charismatic, it was still of a quality piece. Like I wouldn't be adverse to seeing it again. I didn't dislike it. I'd tell people, hey, if you're curious, you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, they made him fatter, but it's the original Godzilla. Yeah,
I don't care.
Right? And now Godzilla King of the Monsters is coming out, and the trailer looks awesome. It looks really good. I'm super excited for it.
There's definitely a really cool visual style going on in that trailer.
Yeah, and then there was another movie that I can't think of right now.
King Kong?
No, King Kong was King Kong? No, that was Universal by itself, wasn't that?
Was it?
I don't know. Or no, that was Warner Brothers, I think.
Was it?
I think so.
Oh, look, I don't know.
Because that's the thing. Because Detective Pikachu was supposed to be distributed by Warner Brothers, then Universal took it. So, is it Warner Brothers?
Keep talking.
I have no idea. But that's So if Legendary keeps going on the streak, like
it was Warner Bros. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because I think Warner Brothers was supposed to distribute Detective Pikachu, but then Universal took it.
All right.
So because
aren't Godzilla and King Kong gonna like?
Yeah.
Huh, I guess that's a cross-studio thing.
Well, is Godzilla Universal or Warner Brothers?
Well, weren't we just saying that Godzilla was being handled by Universal?
I was talking about Detective Pikachu.
We were just talking about that a minute ago, though.
I have no idea.
Okay, continue.
Okay, well, whatever. But yeah, if Legendary keeps going on with its track record, of movies, and it proves that like it can take these because they're taking a lot of the Japanese stuff, right? And they're like, if Detective Pikachu is good, if the Gundam movie is good,
they made a most controversial statement that'll probably get you all the dislikes. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. They made a better Godzilla movie than the most recent Japanese Godzilla movie.
That's true. I haven't seen it, but it's true.
Oh, I hated that movie.
But yeah, because they wanted to make it a fun movie.
Enjoy the 80% dislikes because I said that.
And I know. I mean, all my videos get dislikes, so it doesn't matter. Mostly dislikes. I'm so sad. But yeah, I'm gonna be following that company because if they keep making good movies and they keep taking the interesting ones from Japan, they're like, let's bring it over here and make it work, right? And like the best thing about it too is that they made Pacific Rim, right? They got the Western audience used to mechs before the actual Godfather of mechs comes over here.
Yeah, basically. But you know what
And the best part of it, too, was in the first trailer, because you never hear it in the movie, but in the first trailer, they had the actress who voiced GLaDOS say, Ava units ready. So because they knew they were ripping off Evangelion.
Oh, yeah.
And they knew that people knew that.
Pacific Rim 2 literally had, like, the mass-produced Evangelions rampaging around.
Yeah. But in that first trailer for the first movie, they knew that there was that people who knew that they were ripping off this movie, so they threw that in the trailer, be like, "Look, we know about you guys.
Look, we're self-aware. We're not gonna hide it."
But it's great because they Pacific Rim, at least the first one, was successful enough to get a sequel, and so they know that people are okay with giant mechs, they're okay with Transformers and giant mechs.
I mean, it took a lot of fighting to get that sequel. Let's be fair. Like they did not want him to make that sequel.
Yeah, but actually. Going all the way back to Detective Pikachu, that reminded me of something about the trailer thing. In the the trailer, because it was honestly made for people to be like, oh my god, Pokemon's gonna be a movie, right?
Yeah.
But it was also made for the people who have no idea what Pokemon is.
Yeah.
Because the very first thing that said in that trailer was like the voiceover of the subway saying like, oh, welcome to Rhyme City of whatever. Amalgamation of humans and Pokemon living together. I 100% guarantee you that won't be in the movie. I bet you that was just a trailer thing, and
I'm sure.
And that was the first thing that was said with the shot of like people walking in the city with a Pokemon, just so people who are watching the trailer like, what the hell is this? They're like, oh, okay, I get it. Just humans and Pokemon just live together.
Because at this point, you're probably not going to meet someone on the planet Earth who doesn't know what Pokemon is.
But just in case,
like the thing is, they're going to know they're going to have heard of it, but they might not know enough about it, and then. Like I said, the line about living together, you're like, okay, so they coexist with humans.
Yeah, but I can bet you that line won't be in the movie.
Oh, probably not.
That's just a trailer thing.
Trailer narration is very popular.
Yeah, but yeah. So back on to Dumbo.
What the hell else do we have to say about Dumbo?
Nothing.
So you want to wrap this up?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was.
It's your channel, so you do it.
So yeah, that was our first. I don't know if we're going to continue this. It was just kind of like it was just. A thing because we can't do the reaction to Goblin Slayer this week, but if it works out,
it's fun. We always have a lot to talk about with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, if there's something that comes up, like maybe if you find something, you're like, let's talk about this on Saturday, then we can do that. Then
we might make it more concise next time, but
yeah, especially. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea how next week's going to work because we're going to have to watch double the amount of anime next week.
Oh, we're going to be too fucking busy next week.
Plus Wreck-It Ralph, but yeah. But hopefully that was. I mean, I had fun talking about it.
Yeah, this was fun. I mean, this is just the conversations we normally have.
Yeah,
like just recorded.
We normally if when we don't time ourselves, we go on forever about.
Yeah,
shit.
I had there were a few times where I forced you to carry on the conversation because I was like, I know us. We're gonna talk about this little aspect for like 20 more minutes if I don't stop us here.
Yeah. So hopefully maybe this was the successful. I consider this a success. My mouth is going dry. I ran out of water.
That's why I got the big cup. I got the big boy cup on the fireplace.
Yeah, but thanks for joining.
Thanks for listening, and I hope that you have pleasant evenings.
Why are you pointing at the microphone though?
It doesn't matter what I do physically.
Okay, that's probably it.